KallMeKris, born Chris Collins in a quiet suburb of Canada, was always destined for a life that would capture the imagination of millions. From her earliest memories, she had a spark that made her stand out, a way of seeing the world that was uniquely her own. Growing up, Chris was fascinated by storytelling, performance, and the idea that one person could make a difference simply by sharing their voice. Her parents, both hardworking and supportive, encouraged her creativity but also instilled in her the values of resilience, patience, and humility. In school, Chris was a curious and observant child. She often noticed the small details that others overlooked, a habit that would later shape her comedic and observational TikTok content. While she wasn't always the most outgoing student, she had a way of connecting with people on a deeper level. She was empathetic, witty, and incredibly aware of social dynamics even from a young age. Life was not without its challenges. Chris faced moments of self-doubt, questioning whether her dreams of making people laugh and sharing stories were realistic. She experimented with different hobbies and interests, from painting to singing to amateur acting, always searching for the medium that would allow her personality to shine the brightest. These early experiences would lay the foundation for her creative versatility. After finishing high school, Chris took on various jobs to support herself while pursuing her passion for the arts. One of the jobs that would later become a famous anecdote in her journey was working as a hairdresser in her local community. While the job was far from glamorous, it allowed her to meet a wide range of people, hear their stories, and refine her observational skills. It was in these interactions that Chris discovered a deep understanding of human behavior, which would later become a core element of her content. During this period, social media was rapidly evolving. Platforms like Instagram and TikTok were gaining popularity, and Chris began to experiment with creating short-form content. Her first videos were simple, often filmed in her bedroom or at the salon with her camera capturing moments of humor, relatability, and creativity. At first, only a handful of people viewed her content, but Chris was persistent. She understood that virality rarely comes overnight and that consistent effort, coupled with authenticity, often leads to eventual success. Chris's early content focused on comedy sketches, lip-sync videos, and short observational clips that highlighted the quirks of everyday life. She had a natural timing and charisma that made viewers feel instantly connected to her personality. Friends and family encouraged her, often sharing her videos within their circles, and slowly but surely, her following began to grow. Each small milestone was celebrated, her first 100 followers, her first 1,000, and the moments when strangers began recognizing her online persona. The turning point in Chris's journey came during the global pandemic. Like many young people, she found herself with extra time and an increasing desire to connect with others virtually. TikTok had become a space where creators could experiment, push boundaries, and engage with a global audience. Chris seized this opportunity. She began posting daily, refining her style, and experimenting with content that ranged from comedic skits to heartfelt commentary. It wasn't long before one of her videos unexpectedly went viral. A short clip showcasing her humor, authenticity, and relatability was shared widely, attracting viewers from across North America and Europe. The video catapulted her into the public eye, and suddenly Chris Collins was no longer just a local creator. She was a rising social media star with a rapidly expanding audience. Chris's approach to content creation was rooted in authenticity. Unlike many creators who tried to fit into existing trends, she focused on her unique voice. She showcased moments from her daily life, addressed relatable struggles, and allowed her personality to shine without the heavy polish that dominates much of social media. This raw, genuine approach resonated with viewers, especially those in the USA, UK, and Canada, who were hungry for content that felt real and relatable. As her following grew, Chris faced new challenges. The pressure to maintain virality, manage public perception, and balance personal life with her burgeoning online presence was immense. She experienced moments of anxiety and self-doubt, questioning whether she could sustain the momentum. Yet, Chris approached these challenges with the same resilience she had developed during her early years. She learned to prioritize her mental health, set boundaries, and focus on the aspects of content creation that brought her joy rather than stress. The early part of Chris's journey was also Mark 1.2, marked by experimentation with collaborations. She reached out to other TikTok creators, participated in trending challenges, and engaged with her audience through comments and live sessions. These interactions not only increased her visibility, but also helped her build a loyal community of fans who supported her growth. Her authenticity and responsiveness set her apart from other creators who often appeared distant or unapproachable. The turning point of her career came with her first feature in a major online magazine. The article highlighted her creativity, her unique approach to storytelling, and her ability to connect with a diverse audience. This coverage not only validated her work, but also exposed her to a broader demographic that may not have discovered her through TikTok alone. The feature emphasized the universal appeal of her humor, particularly among young adults navigating modern life in North America. Kris's understanding of platform dynamics also played a crucial role in her early success. She paid attention to analytics, noting which types of content received the highest engagement, what times her audience was most active, and which trends were gaining traction. Rather than blindly following trends, Kris used these insights to inform her content strategy, ensuring that each video was optimized for reach, while maintaining her personal style. The challenge of virality, however, came with its pressures. The more popular Kris became, the higher the expectations from her audience. She experienced moments of creative fatigue, questioning whether she could continue to innovate without losing the essence of her personality. It was during these periods that her resilience and passion became apparent. Kris developed techniques to manage stress, such as taking breaks, brainstorming content ideas offline, and collaborating with trusted friends for creative input. During this phase, Kris also began exploring different narrative techniques. She experimented with storytelling arcs across multiple videos, creating mini-series that kept viewers engaged over several posts. This episodic approach fostered anticipation and encouraged repeat viewership. Fans began discussing theories, predicting plot lines, and eagerly awaiting the next installment, creating a loyal and participatory community. Another hallmark of Kris's early rise was her authenticity in dealing with challenges and setbacks. When a video didn't perform as expected or received negative feedback, she used it as an opportunity to learn rather than as a reason for discouragement. Her transparency about struggles, creative blocks, and learning curves endeared her even more to her audience. They saw her not as a flawless influencer, but as a relatable and resilient human being, navigating the pressures of digital fame. Kris's creative versatility also extended to music, fashion, and pop culture commentary. She occasionally incorporated trending songs, fashion statements, and viral memes into her videos, creating content that was both entertaining and culturally relevant. Her ability to adapt while staying true to her personal style was a key factor in her growing influence across North America. By the end of this early phase, Kris Collins had transformed from a local Canadian hairdresser to an internationally recognized TikTok star. Her journey was marked by persistence, authenticity, and a deep understanding of her audience. She had built not just a following, but a community, one that would continue to grow as she embarked on the next stages of her career. Kris's story serves as a reminder that success is rarely instantaneous. It is the culmination of small steps, relentless effort, and the courage to stay true to oneself.